A very good morning to you. How are you doing? This is K24 this morning. Tuesdays it is, and this is where we discuss your finances, basically money and finance. Now, are you an entrepreneur rather? Are you starting out a business? Are you having troubles, or are you thinking of starting one? Well, this is a forum for you because today I have three very interesting individuals to talk about their journey through business. I'm joined by one, Madam Joanne Ogake. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
You're doing fantastico.
Thank you.
Someone was actually telling me about your hairstyle. It looks amazing.
Thank you.
Like it's so natural.
It is.
Unlike mine is natural, like niko na shida yangu nikaa tu mchele tumeshikana mahali. But welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
And then of course we have Mr. Andrew Murungi, the CEO of Rhino Mabati. How are you doing, sir?
Thank you.
You look fantastico.
Thank you.
Aukai ni kama unajua stories za mabati. Unakaa ni kama wale wase wanakwanga kwa bank, kazi yao tu ni kuweka do na kutoa na kuweka. But Mabati business look like it's doing you good.
You should
Even makes you look younger. And then of course we have Val Njoroge. How are you doing, madam? Africa's Pocket.
Yes.
Africa's Pocket. Are you the guys who have all our money?
You know, we're trying to.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you're trying to. So ile pesa ya 72 million G4S highest
See
medium
here.
mko nayo.
See here.
So
see
far the
here.
government or rather the police has recovered about 10 million.
Oh, only?
Imagine,
Oh
unfortunately.
my, oh my. We'll try and find the rest.
Yeah.
Yes.
But welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Let's talk about business first of all. You're into the events company, bridal stuff. How is that doing for you?
It's doing well. It's doing well.
Yeah.
We make,
Watching people getting married every single weekend,
Yes.
every other day perhaps even.
yeah, thankfully it's one of those things that people will never stop doing. So I guess it's just for us to make sure that we are visible so that
Right.
people are choosing us as their first option.
Right.
But it's doing well and it has grown over time. This is, I think we've started our 4th year now in bridal.
4th year?
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
bridal business.
Yeah. Shiko Kaitani was actually dying to meet you. She was like, oh my God, Joanne is coming. Like, you know, people are dying to have her as, you know, the bridal people. So does that entail like the whole thing from, what is it called? Like helping the couple come up with a nice theme and choosing venues and so on? Or what exactly, when we say that you're a bridal company, what exactly is it that you do?
So for me, what I do specifically is I make the wedding gowns.
All right.
So I mostly get involved with the bride and probably her bridesmaids or her mom. But what we do is we do the wedding dress for the bride, which
Okay.
is, I guess, one of the most important parts of that, the moving parts of the wedding.
Right.
We work with other people who do the event itself, and we sort of try to make sure that at the end of the day, what we're doing with the bride, what we're making for her dress,
Right.
fits
Fits
in with
into the-
everything
okay.
else, but
All
we
right.
don't directly get involved with the rest of
Okay.
it. For us is to make sure that the bride looks stunning on her wedding day and that she's comfortable and happy.
Do you also make the groom's suit?
No, I don't.
tuxedo?
No,
No?
no, no, no.
Why?
I'm one of those people who believes that it's good to specialize in one thing and be really good at it.
Wow.
And menswear is a whole different type of cutting. It's a different skill set, so I wouldn't want to mix so much.
All right.
But again, we try to make sure that they look good together.
Okay.
So we work with other designers who do menswear.
We shall get to that in a minute. Also, I want to, because I'm planning to get into this, bridal business.
Yeah.
Niko tu naleta tu madem na address tu alafu mimi nenda na wamari. Yeah. Mr. Andrew, Mr. CEO, Rhino Mabati. How is that? I think I've seen your Mabatis almost everywhere.
Yes, a very interesting business we got into.
Yeah.
We started off as a personal challenge. And as we moved on, we found out over tens of thousands of Kenyans
Right.
were looking for the same solution. So we went for customized roofing solution.
Yeah.
So when we talk about customized roofing solution, what we're looking at is every time you visit a construction site,
Right.
you find out all those off-cuts.
So, and this is, so your Mabatis are not necessarily the kawaida aluminium or iron sheets that we see. They are customized.
They are aluminium, and the difference is you find that every homes are unique in terms of how they experience the house.
Yeah.
So the roof is always unique.
Okay.
So we cut your Mabati according to your roof.
Wow.
And then you give you options in terms of the colors, textures, and
Yeah, because nowadays I see we have red Mabatis and green ones.
Absolutely.
And God knows, do you have orange ones? Unajua mimi ni Mkamba na kwetu lazima tukuwe na orange na yellow. Yeah. So if I want, I can get.
you can get.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic.
We say people use colors to express themselves, and so are the roofs.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, nice. Valentine, now let's get back to the pockets.
Yes.
Because it sounds like your company is more into financial advisory and basically just trying to help people come up with business solutions, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, so what Africa's Pocket is, it's a personal finance management company.
Right.
So we've built tools to help you figure out your money. And our goal is that everybody in the world actually figures out how to save, invest, and grow their wealth. Because these are things that you're not really taught in school.
Right.
Yet you're supposed to know what a bond is, what a mutual fund is, and there's no real one place where you can go and get all the information.
Right.
Yeah. So we also have a sister company, Mradi Fund, that also helps SMEs raise money to grow. So we help them think about their business plan, their strategy, how much money they need, and do the structuring for all that.
Okay.
So that at the end of the day, they're able to grow their business, go to a new market or a new product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. There's something you've mentioned about saving. And unfortunately in this country, when we think about saving, we focus our savings, or rather, like personally, when I think about saving, me not saving for a rainy day. Not necessarily saving for investment, because I think if I want to invest, probably get into a bank, get a loan, SACCO, get a loan, and so on and so forth. But for you, saving is actually for investment purposes.
Yes.
But people are not making enough money, not enough at least to save enough to start a business. At least not for the common mwananchi anyway.
So I think that's a fallacy. I think that if you start kidogo kidogo, you'll get enough to do whatever it is that is interesting to you in your life.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example.
Please do.
If you save 20,000 every month for the first 10 years of your career, by the time you're 35, you'll have invested almost 2.4 million shillings.
2.4
million shillings.
If I save how much again?
20K.
A month.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if those first years you just say, I'm going to make sure that the first 5 years I stay home. When I get married, my income is increasing as well, so that I can keep that 20K. Because obviously as you grow older, your ability to earn money becomes higher.
Definitely.
So just keep it 20K. You'll end up with 2.4 million at the end.
Wow.
If you just invest that 2.4 million until you retire, you'll have 50 million.
Yes.
50
meter.
Yeah.
At how old again? When I retire, that is at 60 years.
60 or so.
Yeah.
So my question is, why shouldn't we have good retirements?
Okay.
And why shouldn't we be thinking about our future like that?
Okay.
Right?
Getting back to you in a minute. Let's get back to Joanne. Joanne, if I want for you, when you started out your business, where did you get your capital?
So right at the beginning, my parents, back of mom and dad, were very
you look
kind.
like the type of mommy and daddy.
Well, they were very kind because they knew that I had a passion for what I was doing. They knew that it was something kind of new and not understood. So, of course, going to the bank was not going to be the best option.
Okay.
So they gave me some capital, but also I'd been working for a bit, so I had saved a little bit of money. So that together was enough for me to get the machines that I needed, to get the cutting tools, like more or less
and by
all
machines,
I needed.
you mean like the sewing machines?
Yes, sewing machines,
Right.
and well, there's a few other things which go into the making of a dress, but just basically the things I needed to start off and to be able to do the business. At that point, I was working by myself, so I didn't really need too much. Yeah, and because also we work with custom-made clothing, I didn't need to invest so much in things like fabrics and all that at that point.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Mr. Andrew, again, you being the businessman that you are, so did you get money from mommy and daddy as well? Ama kuna pesa fulani zilipoteza G4S about 5 years ago.
I wish.
But how did you raise your capital?
Unlike my friend, I think mine was a very different journey. I worked for a while.
Okay.
And
by working, you mean employment?
Yes, I was in employment.
All right.
And going back as a kid, I always want to do business. So in my mind, I was prepared. There was that journey which I was preparing to start a business.
Right.
However, it was not clear. So what I'll do is save. Part of saving is invest in. I would buy pieces of land here and there.
Hey, boss, who had employed you? But then you're saving to start a mabati business and buy pieces of land, unless you're working for the president, or rather you're the president of this republic or an MP.
Interesting. You'll find as the financial expert will
Valentine.
yes.
Yeah.
there's no little money, there's no a lot of money. It's all, it calls for discipline.
Yeah.
So once you get that money, I'm imagining 20,000 10 years is translating to 50 million. So when you invest in the little money you have,
right,
and then you see how you grow the same portfolio.
Right.
So for me, I would grow the portfolio in real estate, then which I would offload and cash that. So when the time came for starting the business, it was not easy. Yeah. But since I had a lot of not quite a lot, some properties and saving, I would use that one, liquidate and get capital to start going.
Okay.
And with that also, you can use it as collateral with the bank.
Okay.
But if without saving, without anything, then the journey becomes very tough.
Okay. And I want to throw a question to Valentine, but before I do, number one, let me ask you, the question of the day today is, are you currently saving money for a rainy day, or are you saving it for entrepreneurship? Again, the question is for the day, are you saving money for a rainy day, or are you saving it for entrepreneurship, which can also translate to investment? Valentine, he said something very interesting there, that he was in employment and he saved. And see, unfortunately, as Kenyans, again, because this is according to the people that I've spoken to, they say that they do not make as much money. Like you mentioned a very interesting figure of 20,000 bob. 20,000 bob, not even a lot of people earn that money.
That's
if you look at the, again, going back to the common mwananchi, the watchmen, the auxiliary workers that we have in all these companies, and of course, these are people who want to make their lives better. They don't even earn 20 Gs.
Yeah.
So at what point do I even, how much money should I be earning for me to actually consider saving 20 Gs a month?
So, well, the number 20,000 is obviously a nice round number that we like to throw around. What I'll say is the way to get into a place where you save enough to invest is by starting. Start with a small thing. Start with your 10 bob. Start with your 100 bob. It will accumulate. Haba na haba, right? That's what we're told.
True.
The thing that I see people don't do is that they don't pay themselves fast. So you get your salary, you pay your landlord, you pay KPLC, you pay Safaricom, you pay everyone but yourself. Even Gava pays themselves fast, yeah? So even you pay yourself first. Because why are you working?
But you see, at the end of the day, again, I am working to pay those bills. I am working so that I make sure at least I have a roof under my head, so that means rent. I'm working to make sure at least that house has electricity, so I can take a hot shower. And for me to have that hot shower, I need water, so I need to pay my water bill, and I need to eat. So I'm at least working to buy my mbosho and my nyama quarter every single night. So
but
by the time you're telling me to save 20 Gs, and then Friday Nafika, I want to hang out with my boys like in Andrew here, we have a problem, don't we?
Yeah, well, 20,000 is not realistic for everybody.
Yeah.
I think what I'm trying to say is that at the end of the day, whatever little you have, make sure that you're putting aside something for yourself, for your future.
All right.
Because you can pinch in these other things, kidogo. So, live in a house or share your house with someone.
Right.
Then take that money, put it aside for something else. If you share your house, you're also sharing the electricity and the water bill and all that. So there are ways to pinch kidogo. I think the point is start and accumulate it, because once you start, then it grows quite fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joan, people sometimes have trouble choosing the kind of path to take as far as entrepreneurship is concerned. We see people who started out just making mandazis, and now they own bakery shops. People who started out with vibandas, and now they have catering businesses and so on and so forth. For you, you could have started any of those. Why did you decide on the gowns, bridal gowns business?
I think maybe what I can say is, initially I chose to do fashion because I've always been interested in creative. I've always been a creative person, I think, and also come from a background of people who are also creative.
Okay.
So I started out, I decided to go and do fashion because it was also something that wasn't common in the local market. So I felt like there weren't enough people providing options locally for clothing made by Kenyans, made in Kenya. That's how I ended up doing fashion. But now, while I was doing fashion, I realized that there was actually a gap in bridal wear. because the company started long before we started doing bridal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened is we realized lots of people were coming to us and requesting, can you make me something? I can't find what I need in the market, or my body type does not fit into what's available in the market. And we thought, actually, there's something here.
Yeah.
And besides, there's really no one else who's sold themselves as doing purely bridal. So we said, let's try it out and see. And to our surprise, it actually caught on. But I just felt like there was a need, because our body types are different, our culture is different. So also in terms of when you look at the clothes which come from outside, there are some which are too loud, because Kenyans are not very very loud.
What do you mean too loud?
Like, okay, when I look at a comparison, if you buy, like, Europeans tend to be very, very minimalistic in the way that they choose their clothing.
Okay.
If you go to a place like West Africa, they want all the bling, they want all the detailing, lots of lace, lots of ruffles, everything.
Beads and everything.
Yeah, and us guys are somewhere in the middle. We're not too flamboyant, but we're
us
also
guys
the
are
ones.
Kenyans now.
Yeah. We're not super simple. So there was, in the market, it's difficult to find something that ticks all the boxes.
Okay.
So for me, being a Kenyan, living here, working here with Kenyan women, then I'm able to understand what the market needs and to provide that for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Kenyan women sometimes can be very undecisive. Today they want this one, tomorrow they want that one, tomorrow it's another story. Kidogo kidogo hata wataki hiyo. Mr. Andrew, in your business venture, obviously by the time you injected capital, at one point, did you get scared that you might actually be throwing away your money?
That moment is always, as an entrepreneur, you'll go through that moment.
Like you've amassed your capital, you know, and this is a hypothetical figure.
Yes.
1 million. And you're just about to inject this 1 million into this business venture. Hakuna kakitu kalikuambia Buddha, nunua tu Subaru tulia.
Yes, it happened, you know, the self-doubt. And I say for me, Reno, that was a eureka moment.
Yeah.
I was just seated at one of my sites. I was doing my own house. And I'm looking at, you know, when you roofing, there are those mabatis they cut when they're trying to fix. And
right.
That day I had pressure because I needed to pay the fundis.
Yes.
So the money is seated there as waste.
Yes.
And I need to pay these guys. And you know, when you're employed, the only time you get is that weekend.
Yeah.
You have to go and sit at the site. So just seated there and reflecting, then I'm fine. I would remember, you know, that cycle from my friends that Mazi imjengo imenipeleka. So then I remember you always have a BQ which is very accurate, and so what happens in between?
Yeah.
And that's where the whole thing started. I've never seen myself in Mabati factory before. I was in a totally different
until
industry.
you got into your own.
Yes. So you're getting into a new space you've never been into.
Yeah.
So you always, there's that fear.
Okay.
So
let me just stop you there because we have Mr. Mutinda from Muranga. Mutinda, good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Morning, Buvi.
Quite fine, thank you. What is your question or comment?
This is Joshua Mutinda once again.
All right, karibu sana.
Sometimes, Buvi, when I listen to some of these very informative discussions on TV,
yeah,
I think to myself, sometimes they really discourage the common folk.
Why so?
When you listen to the panelists talk about saving in small amounts over a long period of time,
yes,
you ask yourself, how many Kenyans today are able to even save 10,000 a month?
Okay.
And even if we buy into Valentine's argument that we should start small either way,
yes,
and you say that you wish to save 2,000 a month,
right.
When you save 2,000 a month over a period of 1 year, that will be 24,000. So you need 4 years to accumulate 100,000.
Okay.
Which by the time you decide to set up your business will actually, 80% of that will be gobbled up by rent.
Okay.
And then you are getting yourself into a very rough competitive business environment.
Yes.
Whereby within the first few months of your business, you have to have some backup finance so that you can cushion yourself as the business peaks.
Right.
And even then, because of the scenario in Kenya where people have no ideas, and when they see that you're putting up a nice idea, then everybody comes to it. And then they have more muscle then you realize that you are not even able to compete, then you close down.
Yes.
My feeling, Buvi, has been that sometimes some of the discussions that we've been having on our TVs in Kenya, generally in media, are too much skewed to the middle class and are really never realistic to the common mwananchi. That mama mboga who is selling sukuma wiki at Kamukunji or Kariobangi.
Yes, Mutinda.
And how I wish at times maybe we could start inviting these people, not necessarily the opinion leaders and the experts.
You want mama mboga here, eh?
Yes, let's if you can invite a mama mboga, a boda guy who can actually tell us what they go through, what they're actually able to save it, practically.
Yeah, Mutinda.
They are able to build up discussions that will largely help the Kenyan populace in terms of setting up their finance career and handling their money matters.
Okay, Mutinda, I will take up that challenge, and I think I might just have a mama mboga next week with us. Okay, you will answer that in a minute, because clearly he's saying kuna venye hii pesa savings iko na shida, so he'd rather use that money in a different way. But you were just concluding something, the eureka moment that you had.
Yes, and that's from that point, that's when the business was born.
Yes.
In my mind. Now you see, now there's a journey now of research and finding out if there's this challenge, how do we address it? And doing a business is
how long did you take to research before now you came up with the amount of money in terms of capital that you need? Just the period, roughly, how long did it take you to research?
It took me a whole year.
Okay.
A whole year of
visiting places and
visiting numbers, simulating numbers, putting the numbers. Actually, it's interesting. Business is not started because you have a lot of capital. Capital is not one of the key things to start a business. For you to start in enterprise, the first capital you need is yourself. And the vision of where you want to take the business.
Can I just ask you how much the first time ukifungua your savings account ukisema I am going to start Rhino Mabati, what is the first amount you put into that bank account and you say this is the first step towards the great future that it is right now?
But the nature of the business, I say, is capital intensive. I think I'll put it at that point. The reason I'm saying is capital intensive. You understand, for you to be able to
it's
cover
manufacturing.
Yes, manufacturing is quite, even by regulation itself. So you need to be quite ready.
Okay.
Yes.
Joanne, how much, the first amount you put in a bank account or even under your mattress, for the sake of Mutinda and the other common mwananchi, how much did you put in that account?
Did he say his?
No, he did not say his.
7.
Let's as they think about the figures, we have a Caro.
It wasn't that much money, to be honest.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Just hold on.
Yeah.
Caro, good morning.
Good morning.
What is your question or comment?
Okay, I think I'm somehow out of the topic kidogo. But I'm an house girl here in Meru.
Yes.
Earning 6,000.
Okay.
And I was thinking that this job was not fit for me. And I was planning to start at least a kiosk, a business, video. So I want to be saving nini ya tueleze kidogo kidogo sisi.
Karo, unapotea, ongeza sauti kidogo.
Nakwambia tuelezeni mambo na saving. Unaona sisi kama tunalipa 6,000.
Yes.
How we save and bila tutafanya hii maisha, hao watu watueleze kidogo kidogo.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Caro. Clearly, a lot of these guys are wondering how they can have such a big dream as yours and achieve it, such a big dream as yours and achieve it. So I think we take a short break first of all, as we reorganize our thoughts and then come back with, the answers that you guys are looking for. Meanwhile, you can find us on our social media pages, that is Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at K24TV. Our SMS line is 21222, and the phone lines are on the screen, so kindly make that call. Meanwhile, the question of the day remains, are you saving money for a rainy day or for an investment?